Greetings from Cybertron. This is SoundJack here with another episode of SoundJack's Rambles. And today I am with Alyssa.
Hello.
And someone who hasn't been on here for quite a while, Potter.
Hello.
And today we are talking Super Smash Brothers. We are doing this discussion at this point in time because of the recent-ish news of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate coming out, but we're not going to be focusing solely on that. We're going to be talking about a bit more about our feelings about Super Smash Bros. In general, though we will obviously be talking a fair bit about Ultimate. We're just not going to do a news thing because it's been a while, guys. You should know what's going on with the Smash Bros. By now.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. But one thing I'm going to say unrelated to all that, the day we are recording this is Saturday. Apparently my neighbors decided to have a party, and if it so happens you hear the screams of children in the background, it is coming from that party. So I apologize in advance if that does happen, or if I say something to the screaming children next door, because boy howdy are they very loud. But let's get into it. So let's start like we start off with movies or TV series. How did we get introduced to the Smash Brothers franchise? Let's start with Potter. How did you get introduced to Smash Brothers?
Gosh, that's a really good question. I remember in high school, some people played like the original version during the last day of school where everyone skipped classes. Mm-hmm. But I remember, and then our fraternity did a lot of Smash Brothers. But my first interaction with Smash Brothers was when I was really little, and my family did a went to a 4th of July party every year.
Okay.
And the people who had the party invited like 100 people over, and it was a fantastic time. And they had Smash Brothers on the TV, and everyone would gather around before fireworks and play. And there I was, not knowing what I was doing, playing Mewtwo, and I would just do backflips saying, "Oh man, you can't touch me, you can't touch this," and then they leave me for last, so the person who won could kill me. Like in order, like if you got to kill the annoying kid, if you were last, that was your prize.
Jeez. Well then, I don't know how to respond to that.
Oh my god, that sounds like a fun time.
Yeah,
it was a fun time.
Maybe not for everyone, not for the people playing against you.
But now I just main DDD and troll people. I used to main Pikachu. People got too annoyed, so I got a Pikachu amiibo, and it destroyed everyone. So stupid. They got kneed by Captain Falcon in a final.
It sounds like all of your Smash Bros. Experience is defined by spite, and I'm very happy to hear that.
True.
Even if it's other people's, like DDD, I'll just swallow people and then walk off the stage, or swallow them as I'm going down off the stage.
I know I've encountered that maneuver plenty of times.
I'm like, okay, I know I'm not going to win this battle because these two people have 2 lives each. I have 1 life, and I'm about to die, but I can decide the battle.
Yep.
Nice.
So, Alyssa, how did you get introduced to Smash Brothers?
Okay, well, I think my Smash Bros. Experience is sort of similar to Potter's in that I really became aware of it in high school. One of my friends had Super Smash Bros. Brawl on the Wii, and we would play it all the time. I believe Brawl had like a bracket system in it. I think in one of the settings you could make a bracket tournament within the game. Mm-hmm. Which was really cool, and we would play all the time. And of course, one of my friends had to be Meta Knight in every single battle because, just make everyone do that. Yep, all that, all the time. I don't think we were none of us were really like that hardcore. You know, we would use items and stuff. I think we put them on low if we use items. But we did use items. I remember one of the items we always loved was the paper fan. Like that, there's a paper fan in Brawl, and we would every time it came on, we would always use it, even though it's not like the best item in the game or whatever. And, and it was a lot of fun to slap around your friends, you know. So it was So that's basically my introduction. I started my love for Smash started with Brawl, and I know a lot of the people listening are probably gonna be like, "Yo, what a fake fan!" But like, you know what? It's fine. I don't care that I started with Brawl. I still think that game is cool, even though it's like the black sheep of the franchise. Anyway, and then from then on, I've played. I played a lot of Smash 4 in college, and that's when I guess started to get good, quote unquote, because you know everyone in college was like, "We gotta play without the items, man, because we're serious or whatever." But really, we're not. And so the rest is history, I suppose. And I'm real hyped for Ultimate.
And since Pyro told us his main, who is your main?
I have like 5 mains that I cycle through depending on my mood. Who's my main? I don't have a main. Not really. I mean,
she's also got like
to tie. Huh?
She's also got like a couple of different nicknames for her mains.
Yeah, like I have like 5 characters that I like rotate in and out of, and those 5 characters are Bowser Jr., Link, Zelda, the Villager, and I think Mr. Game & Watch.
Yep,
those are,
because
like, the 5
Mr. Game &
that
Watch
I, like, always play as. I would say I guess the characters that I'm the best at, like if you were to quantify it, would probably be a tie between Zelda and Bowser Jr. But I don't know. I those are the ones I gravitate towards. And yeah, you know, maybe I'll have a more solid main when these new games come out. But for now, I'm just kind of in this nebulous space of not really having a main fighter that I'm always playing as in every tournament, or that I'm, you know, learning the ins and outs.
Yep.
So. So what about you, Michael?
I'm trying to remember how I got introduced to it. I definitely remember like going over a couple of friends' houses and them having it and me playing on that. But I don't remember that too much.
Gotcha.
But I definitely remember because when did the Wii U version come out?
Like sophomore year of college, I think.
Okay, yeah. So that could make sense because then John definitely did have it, and we definitely played on that a bit.
September 13th, 2014.
Okay.
Yeah, so that would be like.
Because
beginning of sophomore year.
Yeah, so I must have mainly done it in college because I was just trying to remember. I knew Meta Knight was my name for Brawl. I was that guy.
I'm proud of you.
And I was just like, wait a minute, when did the sign like work? Because I know that's not my main for Wii U, but I don't remember playing too much before college. But that makes sense because I definitely played it a lot more.
And alternate Crosma is your main for Pokemon, right?
No. But
it's funny because it's true.
Overpowered?
Yes.
I mean, Meta Knight was just in Brawl like the worst. He was the character that everyone hated because whoever played Meta Knight was just like, I guess I'm just gonna stack the cards against me. Let's go. And then everyone's like, why?
Yeah. But again, he didn't become my main in Wii U because everyone talked crap about him, and he also was nerfed.
He was nerfed, yeah.
Yeah.
He was nerfed so hard.
Yeah. And then when the Wii U version came out, I didn't have a Wii U. So roommate John got it, and I got the DS version. the 3DS version. So I play on my 3DS while everyone else had the controllers. If there were more than 4 people about, which there tended to be.
Yep.
But when I was able to play on controllers, I did bring my own GameCube controller to college because I have my own GameCube and it's got the nice Pokemon XD Kill of Darkness skin on it. Anyway, yeah, that's my history with Smash. Like I said, Potter and I were in the same fraternity, so there were often tournaments. We should get into more detailed story. We should also talk about like a couple of our favorite stories from playing Smash. Because
sure.
I can tell one of a tournament at the fraternity. But quickly, my main in the Wii U version has been Greninja.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you just like fart around on the screen and then don't let anyone hit you. And I swear, you survive based just on the fact that you just move around all the time.
Yes.
Funniest thing.
That is a fair statement.
Yes. I rarely win, but I don't usually die first.
Yeah. I feel like if I were to give like, you're just like the survivor. You just live.
I'm going to win because I'm going to live.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are there any other characters that you play as ever, or is it just Greninja?
Sometimes I play Rob for fun.
Okay.
I know when I was like first got like the Wii U 3DS version, I also like flipped a bit between Greninja and Samus.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were both.
Wait, which Samus?
Zero Suit.
Okay.
Because they're both jumpy. They're both very jumpy.
Yeah. That's fair.
I just stuck with Greninja more. And going into Ultimate, I will be the master of no one. I can't sub correctly most of the time. And
you mean substitute?
Yeah, and I can't counter. That's the word I was trying to think of. I can't counter correctly most of the time with Greninja, and that's like one of his things, his counter.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be 60 plus characters. I should be able to find someone I can be good at.
I mean, like, I think if you practice enough, you probably could get good as Greninja.
I can get good scrub.
Well, okay. So I guess now that we've discussed our history, why don't we tell some, like, I guess if you guys have some good stories about matches you've had, you can say them, insert them here if you want to, or...
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do the stories.
Okay.
Let's do the fond memories.
Okay.
Potter, you got anything off the top of your head?
I know that with D&D, what I really love to do more than anything is to not only have people over the edge, but when people are dodging all over the place, it's hard for DDD to hit them if he doesn't spin his hammer to the side.
Mm-hmm.
So instead what I do is I predict where the person's going to go, and if someone's coming at me, like from the left, I'll charge my hammer coming down to the right. So when they spin past me, I just destroy them. So they think they're dodging the attack when they're running right into it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see, and this kind of a new game of character movement. You know, that's a big thing. Is how does your character move? And you know, they went into how the dodging is going to change, but I'm really curious how that movement is all going to change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. They've already been talking about like a huge bunch of shakeups that are very technical and very much things like I understand, but I don't know how that completely overall affects because, like I said, I am a scrub.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will. It also admit to me, like I'm not the best Smash Bros. Player by any stretch of the means. You know, I mean, like I wasn't one of those people who had like Melee and played it all the time because I didn't have a GameCube. And even though I have Brawl, I didn't play it all too often either. Because I mean, like really Smash is best played, at least in my opinion, with multiple people, like real people.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess online play was technically a thing on Brawl, but like I didn't use that.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I could have probably practiced through playing this emissary, but I don't know. Most of my skills that I like got from playing were when we played it in college.
Yeah.
So basically my point is most of those dodging like mechanic changes are like a little beyond me, especially with the upper ones, like the wave dash or whatever that they added with like jumping or whatever. The one thing that I'm really like interested in is the fact that like the more you dodge, the less your shield works.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's interesting. Yeah. Because that's a change, right? Like
yeah.
To kind of prevent you from spamming the dodge. So that's going to be an interesting change. Because I know a lot of intense matches that I've seen have been just dodge, like all the dodging, and then maybe someone hits. Like,
oh yeah.
So that's going to be. I think that's going to definitely change the dynamic of how play or how fighting works. But again, that's like the only like super technical change, like overhaul that I noticed while watching some of the Ultimate stuff that I was like, that's gonna make things different. But anyway, I think we're kind of
sidetracking.
So sidetracking a little bit, but
yeah. I mean, I'm sure we would have touched upon it at some point.
I'm not mad.
But, so I do want to bring up the story that I mentioned before. It's a very specific story.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Potter, and I believe Potter was there for this. Do you remember the Smash tournament that the fraternity had that I was in? Where I fought...
If you were in it, you probably weren't in it for long, so I probably don't remember it.
Where I fought off against our president.
Oh my gosh! No. This, my second comment aside, this is exactly why jumping and dodging should be edited. Because these two, one was Mario and one was Greninja, and the two were just backflipping and dodging the whole time. And literally their match took like 3 matches worth of time. We forgot to set a timer to like, stop this happening. Sorry, literally, you're going to have to leave that one. From happening. And so we just sat there, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go like grab some chips or, go sit down at a restaurant and come back. Like I don't know how long this is gonna take. So
oh my God.
I think that the game needs to, I'm gonna relate this to Pokemon real quick, and the reason why is because the Pokemon game, used to be like Earthquake, but I think Smash has always been this way. It's like you switch and you switch and you switch, and then finally you nail someone when they predict wrong. They make a mistake, and that's what this game always has been. And I feel like they've slowly transitioned away from it. And I feel like they're going to slowly transition away from it. This is another step in transitioning away. They seem to be making that repetitive dodging. It's slower and slower. So you're less inclined to be using it. Now, you can constantly dodge and stay away from someone without, the dodge function. There are other ways, so I feel like they're encouraging other ways of doing that.
Yeah.
Because you're right. That's exactly how that match ended. I actually was attempting to hit him, but I knew he was being dodgy as well, so I was trying to dodge with the dodger, and eventually I landed enough hits that I knocked him off the stage.
Oh my God.
Oh, so you won. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I did end up winning that fight.
Like something you would do. I love it.
Yeah. And it was Luigi's Mansion, I believe, was the stage. No, no, it doesn't matter because I think we were on Omega form anyway.
Oh, I see.
Which, can I also say, I also love the fact that they are adding both Omega and Battlefield forms for every single stage.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that change as well. Because
it's like adding everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I feel like in some instances Battlefield is a good I feel like Battlefield is like a good compromise between like wanting like a level playing field but still wanting like some diversity to like like still wanting the stage to have an impact, you know? Because like I think with Final Destination, like or Omega form, I guess, is that it's a good like standard like, hey, just us, you know, kind of like for 2-on-2 battles. I feel like Final Destination's a good option because it allows you to, it levels the playing field, so to speak. But like Battlefield's a good standard for like multiplayer Smash matches. Like it gives you multiple levels. People can like fight each other in different places, so it adds a little bit of variety to the playing field without it being like a total crazy nonsense fest.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Pac-Man World, Pac World, whatever the hell that stage is called. Oh my god.
Yes. Or
I guess we
the
could
great.
probably talk about like least favorite stages and least favorite characters at some point too.
Yeah. Oh
but
yeah.
Anyway. I don't actually, now that I think about it, I don't really know if I have any specific like Smash related stories. Like I know there have been some times where wait, there is a thing I remember. So okay, I was playing against, I forget who else was there. I know I was playing against our mutual friend Jimmy, and he plays as Little Mac all the time. And I can't. So there was one time. So I was playing as Mr. Game & Watch, because you know he's my fave.
Yeah.
And we were battling, and I was actually doing pretty well, I think, or we were pretty neck and neck, and I beat him by using the judge ability, the judge move.
Yeah.
I forget. Why am I forgetting which side it is? I think it's a special B. Is it like standard B? Side B? I think it's side B. Oh my god. Why am I forgetting with button presses? But anyway.
Too long.
It's been too long.
It's been a long time since I've played Smash, so I'm not like completely fresh on my like move sets. But anyway, I did the judge, and it was a 9, and it knocked him off the stage, and I won. It was great.
Beautiful.
That's why I love like, I guess a lot of people find Mr. Game & Watch just like kind of a wild card character who's like not really like good to use, at least practically, because again, the judge move has random effects. Like it can totally fail and damage you, or it can knock someone off the stage, and it's like up to chance. But I think that's what makes him so much fun to play as, because who knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I also think he has like really good recovery too. He's able to. I also really like his down B, like the bucket. That's really cool because you can like catch people special or like range attacks and then throw them up at him later. I like that as well. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's the only story that I can really think of playing Smash. But trust me when I say that I've had a lot of fond memories. But I actually want to ask you guys, which character do you think is the worst one you're like, that you like, the character that you find the hardest / the worst? And I guess it can be in terms of like the character you think is the worst in general, like as far as mechanics go, or the worst that just doesn't agree with you playstyle wise.
Ness.
Oh man, yeah, Ness is difficult. Why did explain more about that?
I mean, I've mainly stuck with Greninja, so I haven't tried a lot of characters, so that is a harder question. I'm just going with Ness because our mutual friend John, he played Ness all the time.
Yeah, so do you just like have a like hatred, like an association thing where it's just, like he beats you all the time, and then it's like, oh man.
Yeah, I have the same thing with DDD. Potter.
Not my fault to beat you all the time.
Oh my god. Dang. The salt's flying.
But I mean, yeah. DDD, I mean, but, and again, I am only saying this because of just bad experiences personally, like how people have had bad experiences with Wiltonese Miltank and hate Miltank because of that.
Right, yeah.
Miltank is a beast.
Miltank is the best Pokemon. What are you talking about?
But I do say Ness more because Ness does have tricky magic stuff, while DDD is more of relatively straightforward heavy hitter.
Yeah.
He's got like,
okay.
Relatively.
Cool. Sorry, I keep interrupting you, and I feel bad about it.
Well, I actually interrupted you because I just wanted to emphasize the relatively. Because
Gotcha.
Because DDD does weird stuff like the sucky thing. And
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, for me, so I can't really tell you which character I think is the worst. I mean, I guess you could look it up on the webs and see what people rank them as. But for me, the character that I find the worst to control and just doesn't agree with me is Roy from Fire Emblem. And the reason why is just because he doesn't have any ranged attacks, and it bothers me. Like, I don't think there's any attacks that he has in his arsenal that have any kind of range effect or really go further from him in a way that's good. I think the only one that gives him some kind of range is, I guess, like I think it's his up B, where he like shoots out some fire or whatever. No, that would be his recovery. He's up A, I guess. Like, that's the only one. Like, all the other characters that I play as that I'm good at have some sort of ranged thing. Link has his arrows and his bombs and his boomerang. He has a lot of range. He can hit well on close range, but he also can do some damage farther. Bowser Jr. has his like windy bombs, and he also can cover the stage really fast with his wheels, so you can get a lot of distance that way. The villager has the Lloyd rocket, which you can either ride and also send as a projectile, and you can also reflect projectiles with the standard B. And Mr. Game & Watch has doesn't have as many ranged attacks, but his at least his cooking one, you get some range a little bit, and I guess if you charge up the bucket, you can also get some range with that too.
Mm-hmm.
And Zelda also has range attack. My point is that all the characters that I play as have some sort of range to them, and Roy just really doesn't. He relies on a lot of close ranged attacking, and that just doesn't fly with my style. I like the option of being able to attack from afar if I need it. So I find him the most difficult and the hardest for me to learn and gel with. And I will admit, I haven't played a lot of the DLC characters all that much. Like Bayonetta, I don't even think I played her once, because I didn't get the DLC for the 3DS version because I was dumb.
I thought Cloud was a cheap thing. Oh my goodness, Bayonetta never been made. I'm for Bayonetta being made because it's Bayonetta, and I never played that game, but I heard it's very popular. But it should never have. No.
Mm-hmm.
You just
much control over someone else.
Oh my god.
This game and have that much range and that much physical attack. It's like having Zero Suit Samus along with a Fox in terms of range.
Oh my god.
Captain Falcon. That is what she is.
Yep.
Wow, I don't think I've ever heard anyone who complained about Cloud. I mean, I guess.
Oh no, absolutely. I remember tournaments where people have brought in Cloud, and which is just obnoxious and another story. But Cloud, especially one-on-one, is just obnoxious, and it doesn't take a lot of skill to pilot him. Being in a multiple battle, I found it easier to take care of him. So,
yeah.
And that's with a lot of characters. Like with DDD, I find it more difficult to be one-on-one with someone. In group battles, I do a lot better.
Yeah.
DDD. But a character that I personally don't... Manny's Yoshi. But other... gosh, I'm trying to think. Oh, Zelda.
Really?
Zelda, yeah. I don't get her really. And not only because Zelda's the perfect counter for DDD in every single way, but because DDD has no way of reaching her. But that's beside the point.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who plays Zelda a lot, I will say that I think she has a little bit of a learning curve because both of her projectile moves rely on kind of premeditate. You kind of have to know how far her attacks will go and like how long it takes for them to work in order to like use them properly, especially her down B, the Phantom, like because if you you sort of have to, because how long you charge up can determine how far the Phantom goes away from her. So if you're trying to attack something, and there's not really any like visible like indication of how far her attack will go. You kind of just have to know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I can see why she might be a little harder to play with. So yeah. But I wanted to also ask before we move on to anything else. What are your guys' favorite stage and least favorite stage in any of the Smash Bros. Games you've played?
Not custom stage, just like regular stage.
Yes, custom stages don't count. But if you have a funny custom stage you've made before that you want to share, that's fine too.
Oh my goodness. There's a custom stage I know that when you touch the bottom, you get hurt. And, and so you have to just keep jumping, and so lofty characters always win.
Oh my goodness. That's sadistic.
Yeah. And so
that reminds me of the custom stage that John, I think, had in his game where it was like just a box. So like no one, like there's like one like opening where characters can go in and out, but everywhere else is a box. So you basically end up with like ricocheting the game, and everyone racks up insane amounts of damage because they can only be launched out of that one little spot. So
I remember that stage. It was called Loss.
And Lost Sanity?
I don't know. It's just called Loss.
Oh my god. But anyway, for like actual stages, what are you guys thinking?
I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it's the one with Fight Club. The Fight Club one.
It's the Temple Ruins?
The Legend of Zelda one, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Temple Ruins, I think is what it's called.
Yeah. That's just a lot of fun.
That stage is really fun. I think it's a really cool stage. It's definitely I like it a lot too. I think it has a lot of potential again for multiplayer matchups.
Yeah.
And it gives you a lot of different options for how to play. You know, you got there's a lot of flat open spaces if you just want like a more standard approach, but there's also that area in the bottom left corner.
Yeah.
That our friends have affectionately called Fight Club, because you just you can rack up a lot of damage there because it can be harder to launch people at that area. But it's a lot of fun to play in that corner. And yeah, I do agree. It is a really good stage.
It's great for DDD because especially when you know how to cling on to the what is that called? What is it called when you catch yourself? You know what I'm saying?
On the ledge?
No, like okay, so when you're being launched and you're bouncing from place to place to place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you catch it, whatever that's called.
I don't know.
I'm good at doing.
I know what you're saying though.
And DDD is bulky as all hell. So I can be up to 200 usually before anyone can bounce me enough times that I'm actually out.
Yeah.
Wow.
That does tend to happen.
That sounds pretty. Yeah, I mean, like.
Skill needed.
For me, I mean, okay, so this isn't like my favorite stage, but it's a stage that I have a lot of love for because of my past with Brawl and my friends, and we would always pick this stage. But Pokemon Stage 2, I think.
Pokemon Stadium 2?
Pokemon Stadium 2, yeah. The one that originally was in Brawl, I think, and then that one I like a lot. Again, it's probably not the best stage because some of the alternate versions of the stage are real pains in the butts, like the electricity one with the like conveyor belts on either side.
Oh yeah, that's a pain.
Those can be real pains. It's a real. Oh my god! Sorry, my mom sneezed really loudly.
Well, I heard that.
Oh my god.
Bless you.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. So I remember playing on this stage all the time. in high school, so I have a big love for it. It's not the best stage, in terms of competitive viability, I guess, but I think it's a lot of fun, and I like Pokemon, so it automatically gets a thumbs up in my book.
Yeah.
But what about you, Potter? What's your favorite stage?
I'll tell you what my least favorite stage is, and Little knows this. I guess Temple, or the Ruins, whatever.
Temple Ruins, yeah, that is a good stage. It is a very good stage.
But
I guess if you have more strong feelings towards your least favorite stage.
Oh, yeah, okay. What is it? It's the one stage whose bottom is different, and it only affects DDD negatively, and it's crap. It's absolute crap. So what I mean by this is DDD follows the bottom of ledges in its recovery, and a lot of people do this.
Okay.
A lot of people, but because of the way the bottom is shaped, it doesn't allow him to recover as easily. So when I go up expecting to reach the edge, I'm actually worse off than where I was when I was falling. If I had just recovered away from the stage, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know what stage that is.
The one ship one. It's the one Fox ship one.
Oh,
Corneria?
No.
No? Is it the new one, Lilat state? Lilat?
Yeah, Lilat.
Okay.
That's the worst stage ever. For that very reason. It's a bad stage in general, but that's my personal vendetta against it.
My god.
Yeah, I don't like it very much, but
yeah, that stage is also pretty narrow, I think. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about
also,
you, Michael?
You cannot go through the stage.
Oh, really? Okay.
That changes from stage to stage, which is also interesting. And this goes for a lot of characters because a lot of places you can't go through like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, before I ask Michael what his least favorite stage is, I want to give a special shout out to the Pac-Man stage from the DS version. Not the Wii U version, 3DS one. It's set up basically look like a maze from like the original Pac-Man, and it's really cool. I think it's just really cool to look at, and it's a lot of fun to play on.
What is the one Pac-Man stage that I think they say is Pac-Man, but looks like it's not from Pac-Man?
Pac-Land?
Oh, Pac-Land?
Pac-Land. What is that?
It's based on an arcade game, I think. It was like I don't remember what the game's called, but it's one of the first Pac-Land type games where like Pac-Man, I think he has like run through it's like I don't know if it's like an infinite scroller runner kind of thing, or if it's like if you can control Pac-Man more, but it is a Pac-Man game though. Like it's just like a different kind of Pac-Man game. It's more in line with. Have you ever played any have you ever heard of Pac World? Those games? No? Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, there are these. I know about this because when I had on the PS2, I have a game called Pac-Man World 3, and it's like a third-person platformer kind of game. I don't really know what it's in the vein of. I guess it's like open world-ish, and you can beat on enemies or whatever. And I think the Pac-Land stage is like is sort of in the same vein, or at least like the Pac-World series is sort of based on that, I think. But again, I have not played that game before, so I don't really know much about it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I know about that stage. But anyway, Michael, what's your least favorite stage in Smash?
Great Cave Offensive.
Oh, that stage.
I feel like that's everyone's like, all right, we're going to take that out and then decide amongst the rest.
Like...
I think we know it's coming back for Ultimate.
I get it. You were trying to make something that was a little bit bigger, and instead of making it like 10 units bigger, you made it like 50 units bigger. And then well, crap. Well, I guess we should have looked at this thing before it was this far through and the game releases in 4 months. So, okay, the Great Cave Offensive. Let's offend everyone.
Yeah.
Do a great job at that.
I think so. But why don't you say what do you think? What do you hate about it, Michael?
It's just too big and too many levels, and it's so weird trying to kill people on that stage, and everyone just hates it.
Yeah. I think the camera's the worst part about that.
Oh yeah,
stage,
also
it's
yeah,
so big,
how far that's pulled
you can't see what
out.
you're doing, and it's like the worst. Like I know everyone like complains about the fact that the lava kills you if you're at 100% damage or above. Or whatever, and that aspect of Great Fantasy doesn't actually bother me too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like it's more this kind of level is more hazard based than like your traditional level, and I don't mind that, like in concept at least,
Yeah.
But I think the worst part, because like you can sort of argue that it sort of makes the stage as much of part of the battle as like the actual like fighting, and there are plenty of other games that do something similar too, but. Anyway, the big problem that I have with it is just that it's so large that the camera zooms out too much, and if you're playing with like a lot of people, it's hard to tell like what you're doing. So I think that's, to me at least, the real big problem with it. Like at least when it comes to playing multiplayer Smash on it. But yeah, I don't know. Did you have anything else to say about Great Offensive, Michael?
No,
Did I totally take your thunder? Okay.
No, it's fine. It's just big. It's a mess. It's annoying.
Yeah, it is a very annoying stage.
I know whenever
you can easily camp. The bigger the stage, the easier it is to camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely did that in a tournament though with Anime Club. I will say.
Come get me. Come, I'm in the corner. Come get me. And then
I was just sitting on the top left.
So to speak, because you are in the corner and away from everyone, and so that's why I feel like lives taken as a good measure of whether, because you can survive the match by just being a bitch and sit in the corner.
Hi.
And I do that a lot. I'll admit it. I'll just stand there because no one comes over to me. And I'm just like, I'm just chilling out, man. And I get it. It's just I think that's why matches should be decided on lives taken rather than us.
Rather than last man standing.
Yeah. I mean, like in certain stages, sure, last man standing, and obviously 1-on-1, last man standing. But I think mathematically, unless you killed yourself a lot, it wouldn't matter. But I think that having a system in which your achievements during the game are rewarded rather than how long you last through the game is better when you're like in kind of more of a everyday environment, so to speak.
Yeah. And honestly, when it comes to like larger stages, to me, I think something like I forget what it's called, but the Xenoblade Chronicle stage. That one I think is a really good example of a bigger stage that's well thought out, because it's like it has. I mean, again, I guess you could argue that the middle part of it, where it's just like nothing, can be a little annoying, but I feel like that it adds enough of a hazard element to the stage that it's not too bad, and like the fact that there are like multiple levels to interact with, but it's not too large that you can't see what you're doing. I'm also looking forward, again, this might be more towards ultimate discussion, but I'm really looking forward to having New Pork City back as a level. Now that like 8-player Smash is a thing, that stage is perfect for a lot of people, and I'm really excited to have that implemented.
So here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
I have my Switch right in front of me here.
Oh, okay.
And I have the a Wii U right in front of me. Mm-hmm. And this Wii U has ports on the back. It has USBs on the back.
Yep.
And it's Smash Bros. Was 8 players.
Yep.
And then I look at the Switch, and it's got nothing. And I look at the Switch dock that I also have here, and it also doesn't have anything. Correct me if I'm wrong, Little. I'm not seeing.
It's got something. I know it's got something. Because they have confirmed there'll be a GameCube adapter.
Well, okay, but will there be adapters for 8 people? How much is it going to cost? we had a situation now. We have a situation now in which when you went from Wii to Wii U, correct me if I'm wrong, you could sync your Wii remotes with the Wii U. But now you can't do that with the Switch. So it's the idea of, okay, am I going to have to spend $80 to get a full controller, and then 80 times what it's going to be is $560 to be able to get everyone to play if they don't have a GameCube controller already. It's a little disconcerting, and I'm wondering if there's going to be a converter for a Wii remote. Is anything like that going to happen? I wouldn't think so. So what's going to happen?
Yeah, that is a thing to consider too. I mean, like, with just my own stuff that I have, I just have the capability of playing with 3 people technically, because I have 2 Joy-Cons that came with the system, and obviously while that can be plugged in for one controller, you can also turn it on its side and make it be its own controller, but that's really small. So
I would be amazed if they managed to make
play it that way, but I guess you could.
Have they confirmed anything? Sorry, I'm changing topic really quick, but have they confirmed anything in any way, shape, or form that it is capable of playing Smash Ultimate with just one Joy-Con?
I mean, I don't know if they've said it.
Okay, but there's a difference between capable and capable.
Yes.
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Because you can
that's
play
true.
Smash with just a Wiimote sideways, but you're not going to be able to do as well as if you had a
nunchuck
controller.
Yeah.
Or a nunchuck.
I mean, I know, regardless of when I get Smash, I know I'm going to be playing it on the Pro controller. That's to me the controller that I'm the happiest with in terms of playing Smash. Mostly because I'm just not as familiar with the GameCube controller as probably other people are. So I know I'm not going to be buying any GameCube controllers for myself. If at most I might end up buying more Joy-Cons or Pro controllers just so I can have 2 controllers in case I ever have multiplayer things. But I'm not I don't know. I know I'm not that concerned about getting GameCube controllers because that's not my preferred method of playing Smash, so that's not to me a concern. But it does look like you probably will have to buy multiple controllers for the new Smash game anyway, because it's not a situation where you can take controllers that you already own from previous consoles like the Wii and sync them to the Switch as well.
Well, I'm sure they're hoping that people that are playing that as with how mobile the Switch is, that when you do play Smash, that your friends will also have a Switch will also bring their Joy-Con controllers over, and then you can play that way. But
and there's also the thing of I guess if say you and I or the 3 of us decided to play, we could probably all play with each of our Switches in tablet mode too.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's functioned as well.
Probably not all of us, because one of the tablets would have to be plugged into the dock.
No, but I meant in tablet form. Your controller is the Switch, and then all 3 of us could play using online or infrared capabilities, kind of how if you're playing on a
Yes. Okay.
You can connect together with people who own the same game and battle each other. I'm assuming that's also going to be a viable method of playing local co-op.
I did not even think of that.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, I agree. It makes sense, because if we have 4 Switches, we should be able to play 8-player.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is a little disconcerting that I guess the thing would be that the real restriction is that I don't think you're going to be able to play 8-player Smash with just GameCube controllers. And that was never.
Sorry, that was me cutting you off.
Okay, granted, I didn't get a Wii U, so I don't know if it was possible to play an 8-player Smash with 8 GameCube controllers with just I don't know, because whenever we played with 8-player, it was always like 4 people on GameCube controllers, and then whoever else using the 3DS and or the Wii U gamepad. So
yeah,
I'm assuming it's going to be similar to that scenario where you can get the adapter with like however many controllers, and then other players can play with like the Joy-Cons and or other wireless options too.
Yeah,
that's what I'm guessing.
That
would be how it would work. But I guess we'll have to see, because Nintendo hasn't like talked about how the actual GameCube adaptability is going to work.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was just straight up assuming, because like that was actually what I was going to say when I interrupted you before.
Right.
Since the Wii U could only, for GameCube controllers, maintain 4 at a time. That are the older GameCube controllers. I know there's newer, but probably for the Wii era, where you could get a GameCube that could plug into like the Wii Mode or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I know that
okay.
the fraternity had a couple of those, so you could still play that. But Potter did bring up the point before that the Wii modes probably are not going to be able to sync to this, so.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's probably not going to be able to be a thing either. I mean, granted, I haven't like tested that out, but I'm assuming that's not.
If someone knows if someone knows otherwise, comment below.
Yeah. Yes, please do.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So that is a thing to think about too. It does seem like regardless of like whether or not you're going to use GameCube controllers or whether or not you're going to use regardless of which system you have or what your preferred method of playing the game is, I'm going to assume that you're probably going to have to purchase like multiple controllers if you're planning on like being able to do at the very least 4-player local.
Yeah.
Okay, but one thing.
Sure.
We have Nintendo as like the one gaming company that is promoting local play.
Yeah.
And we gotta realize that there are certain costs with that. And we appreciate Nintendo for doing that. We've always appreciated Nintendo at being bad at making money, but now they're being good at making money. And from an outsider's perspective, this is a better business model.
Oh yeah.
If I was an investor looking at this, like, hey, they're not making the Wii controllers compatible. All right, I'm down. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
It's gonna make a lot more money.
Yeah, I guess that it would be something to consider. I guess if you're considering getting Smash Ultimate, I guess you'd also have to consider how much, like, if you're okay with just, like, because, like, assuming you didn't get any other add-ons to your system and you just have a Switch as packaged at launch, or however it's packaged, because it only comes with technically 2 controllers, I guess if you're purchasing Ultimate and you're not playing anything else, you have to be comfortable with the fact that you'd only be able to play with 2 people local multiplayer, like just with your own supplies.
Yeah.
And if you want to have local multiplayer with your own supplies, you're going to have to be prepared to make all multiple purchases, to facilitate that. Now, I'm also probably assuming that they might do bundles or whatever, but like even if we like assume that they won't do that and or that you won't be purchasing that, yeah. So
I mean,
you'd have to be purchasing a lot of other stuff.
When the last Smash 4 came out, right, we were told, oh, it's not going to be any DLC, and then there was DLC.
Right.
If I'm wrong. So I think that Nintendo sees how much of I don't know how they didn't see it before, but see how much of a moneymaker this is going to be. And say, ooh la la, yeah, I want this.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to be seeing a lot of characters.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, even within. So you think that they're sort of lying by saying that there's not going to be a lot of like new characters? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I'm going to assume that's what they mean for launch.
Okay.
And my guess would be a few more characters come out for DLC.
Right. I mean, I was always assuming that there was going to be DLC in this game, just because it showed that they were willing to do that for Wii U. So I feel like DLC is totally on the table for Switch. But I mean, I don't know how many characters do you guys think are going to be in the game? And we're gonna exclude for a moment the new characters you already know about. Like, how many additional new characters do you think they're gonna add? Like, I mean, it doesn't have to be like an exact answer. Like, it's just gonna be like 10. Is it gonna be a 20?
I think it's gonna be around 10.
10,
including DLC.
So
I don't think that even with DLC, to be honest. Like if we were to count Echo Fighters, sure. Certainly more than 10, because I feel like if they've made that specific classification.
Yeah, I got you. I remember what those things are.
But they are not counting toward Echo characters. Aren't really counting towards the overall amount of of how they're counting characters.
right?
So like I personally expect more Echo characters than new characters. Just for for more representation for certain series. But yeah, So was that number including DLC or no? Potter, you're 10.
I think that it's going to be 10 individual characters, not including the different versions of the characters, so to speak.
And that's like when the whole series has come out and all the DLC is be released. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, that's just what I want to make sure.
Okay, yeah. I'm also thinking that there's probably not going to be as many. Like, I don't think they're going to lie about like that they're not adding like a lot of new characters, because obviously considering how many characters are already in here and the fact that all the characters that are on the roster already have had minor to major changes, I think it makes sense that like they would add like only a couple new characters.
Yeah.
Or at least not as many as maybe past games have. I mean, how many new characters were there in Wii U?
Bunch more. A bunch.
I want to say at least 15? Or am I overestimating?
Including DLC, that sounds about right, because that also includes the Mii fighters.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. Personally, I don't know why I've thought of this before, and I've got to like think they might just round it off to a very nice even 72. So Ridley 65.
Mm-hmm.
So then my guesstimate would be 7.
Okay, so on top of the Inklings and Ridley,
yes.
7 additional other new characters. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the real question is, do you think they'll tell us who the new characters are before, or any of the new characters before release, or do you think they're going to save that as a mystery for when the game comes out?
They're going to at least announce one more character.
I'm sure they'll probably announce like.
Yeah.
If they could have announced everyone, I don't think. I think it's going to be an in progress kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But if we are, I mean, that's also dependent upon if like we're not substantially overestimating and we only get one more completely brand new character for Ultimate.
Right.
If we are only getting one more brand new character that's not Echo Fighter, then we may not.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, well, I guess now that we're sort of in Ultimate discussion, I guess I wanted to ask you guys, what change from the Smash 4 are you the most excited about? Like, in terms of characters, or in terms of just general, like, fighting changes.
Link
I know we
looks
touched
great.
on it a little bit before with the... Say that again?
Link looks great.
Yes! Oh my god! I am so excited for the remote bombs. I can't even tell you. Holy crap. It, like, totally changes how you play as Link as far as the bombs go.
Yeah.
Although they might... Do you think they're still going to blow up after a certain period of time? I imagine they would.
There'll probably be a point if you don't use them for a while that they will go off.
Yeah, but that's so nice. It's so nice that you get to just, like... I mean, like... Because I remember when I first saw the trailers for Breath of the Wild and I saw the remote bombs were a thing, I got even excited just from playing Breath of the Wild and having played other Zelda games. It's just so nice to be able to set it down and then blow it up whenever. Like, it's so nice. And so that in a Smash game also sounds just so great because it gives you a little bit more control over when and how things explode, and that opens up a lot of possibilities for different, like, attacks. So I'm real happy. I'm real psyched for the remote bombs. I'm also really happy that it's cool that I'm also just really excited because this is the first big change to Link's arsenal since Brawl. So that's also exciting to me because they didn't change his moveset at all for Wii U. Mm-hmm. Which is a little strange to me because, I mean, Skyward Sword was a thing, and they could have probably, like, added a couple things, like maybe instead of the Gale Boomerang, they could have made him have, like, I don't know, the Gust Jar, whatever thing, or the Beetle. I guess they made the Beetle and the Gust Jar, Gust Blower and items, but I thought they could have maybe incorporated some of his, like, items from Skyward Sword into his thing instead of just sticking with the Gale Boomerang, but
I would say compare the sales of Breath of the Wild and whatever other title I've never even heard of you mentioned.
Well, yeah, Twilight Princess.
It's more of, what would someone rather see? What would the general audience rather see?
That's fair.
I mean,
it is pretty true that Skyward Sword is sort of the black sheep of the Zelda franchise in terms of at least the later titles. And Twilight Princess, I think, is probably a bit more well-regarded than Skyward Sword. But, I don't know. I guess I was expecting them to update his, like, design / thing. And I also, I guess, granted that, like, it was on the Wii U, and Skyward Sword had already come out by that point, and it had already been 2 years since it had come out, so maybe that's why they didn't do it.
I mean, my other thing, my guess, my thought is, unless I'm wrong, like, for the very first ones or something, it seemed like they wanted to, like, make sure that the Zelda the main Zelda characters that they were in the Smash were from the same game.
Yeah.
Until the point where Breath of the Wild changed Link so much, and the changed Link enough to a point, like, where he could be in the game, but the other two were just, like, non-compatible.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Zelda could have been fine, but, like, her battle style would have been way different. So then at that point, they were just like, screw it, we're just gonna do whatever games we want for representation.
I figured for Ganondorf that they were definitely not gonna do anything from Breath of the Wild because that would be impossible. But
They said that for Ridley, and look where we are now.
I mean, like, Calamity Ganon is, like, an amorphous being that doesn't have, like, a solid form. I don't really know how you'd make that a fighter. And I mean, even if you were to argue that Ganon could be a fighter, in which Ganon is, like, just a towering, hulking beast of a pig, whatever, I think it makes more sense to have Ganondorf and then make, like, Ganon maybe his final Smash or something, because Ganondorf is a bit more humanoid, he's a bit more easy to work with.
I mean, I'm pretty sure...
sit around him a little easier,
Yeah. Pretty sure that is his final Smash, him turning in his Ganon form.
I think it is, too, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I guess my main point was that it is nice to see that Link is, changing from his Twilight Princess incarnation into Breath of the Wild. I'm happy about that.
Yes.
And I'm gonna have a lot of fun with those bombs. Let me tell you, it's gonna be great.
Potter, what about you?
What about me?
What is the one change you've seen so far that you're most excited for?
Probably the dodging thing.
Cool.
That we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that is. Like I said, that is a cool, nice change. I am happy about that.
Yep.
Because hopefully it'll make the game a little less spammy in terms of dodging.
Laughs nervously because you know it won't happen.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. Well, I guess it'll maybe make it a little less of a problem, hopefully. Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
So, and then there's, I'm trying to think of other changes I was liking. I'm really happy that Game & Watch has like a bit more of a lively sprite. That's really cool. As someone who plays as Mr. Game & Watch, it'll be really nice to like have all his different looks that he has from all the different games that his moves pull from. So I'm really excited for that. I like how he has a little chef's hat on when he's like doing the chef thing, and I like how he looks like the judge character when he's doing the judge move. That I really like. I mean, that's such a small detail, obviously, but I don't know. I'm really
like the series and really like the character. It means a lot, and I think you could do a lot more with customization without it affecting the visuals of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or the gameplay. Like if someone had a cape that like possibly blocked vision of what was going on, like okay, that might not be cool, but everything else.
Also, I'm really Zelda. I'm like really interested in too because she's again one of my mains, I guess. And I mean, they only showed a little bit of her fighting style, and I'm really curious what her side B is and her down B is, because she's canonically now from Link Between Worlds. She's Link Between Worlds Zelda, which is the Zelda game that came out for the 3DS. And I don't think her moveset I mean the Phantom. I'm hoping that the Phantom is still a thing because I really like that move. It's a good long range attack and as well as a good like defense too. Like it can work as a shield as well. So you can put a barrier between you and like whoever is trying to come after you or whatever, as well as hurting them at the same time. But I mean, granted, Twilight Princess didn't have the Phantom is not from Twilight Princess. It's from Spirit Tracks / Phantom Hourglass for the DS. So it's possible that they could still keep that aspect of Zelda's moveset from the previous incarnation without it being weird. But who knows? She's different, so she could have a completely different moveset in terms of her side Bs. So I'm really interested. I have a feeling that regardless of whether or not they keep those moves or not, she's probably gonna be way different to play as. So yay for learning a new character, sort of.
Woo.
I'm also really looking forward. I'm also I was interested in the fact that the villager now, when you you capture an item, it actually shows the item that you have captured. That's interesting. I feel like that's like a double-edged sword move though, because on one hand, now there are a lot of times when I'm playing as a villager where I might forget that I have a projectile stored.
Yeah.
Because there's no indication that I have it there. So now if I have it like listed in the items thing, I can be like, oh, I have this, so I can still use it, and I know exactly what it is. But now, on the other hand, my enemies know if I have one too, so
yeah,
that'll be an interesting new element for playing the villager.
I'd be
so the element of surprise is
that was something you could turn off.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna destroy the villager. I still think, they'll be as effective as they were originally, but I'm still really looking forward to. I think we'll have to see. I feel like a lot of these changes are probably going to be better felt than seen. Like it'll be easier to tell what things are going to work, what things aren't when you're actually playing them, and it can be hard to like know exactly how things are going to work, depending on everything.
Yeah, we are going to fight a dragon, so.
Yeah. And I actually bring up a good point now. What? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted, but there's a hummingbird outside my window right now, and it looks so cute. Look at him.
We would if we could.
Okay, sorry. I know
good.
You guys can't see the hummingbird, but it looks wonderful. Anyway, now that I'm okay, the thing I was gonna ask, what returning characters are you most new / returning characters that we know about that you're excited for? So not characters that were in the previous game. I mean, but game like maybe some characters that like are coming back from previous installments that haven't been in the game for a while.
Snake.
Yeah, Snake's gonna be.
Badger.
A lot of fun. Say that again.
Badger. Mushroom.
Yeah, Snake's re-inclusion is gonna be a lot of fun, I think. Especially since he's such a like different character from a lot of the other ones.
Yeah.
Like he looks so
close to Zero Suit, but even then, not Zero Suit, Sheik. But
right.
Even then, I think he has a lot of personality. Makes him different.
Yeah, and I also think I love him because he stands out so much. Mostly because he's like the most realistic looking character out of the entire roster, too. So that makes him a lot of fun. And yeah, I don't think I ever played as Snake at all ever when I was playing Brawl in the past. So I have no idea how he plays or how good he is or whatever. But I'm really excited to take another stab at him. I'd love to see what's up with him. So, yeah, I'm also excited for Snake's return. Is there another character? Oh, one of the characters I'm also really interested in is Young Link. Not Toon Link, but Young Link.
Mm-hmm. Who
he's returning from Melee, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, I think most of these characters are returning from Melee, but he's interesting to me because I'm sort of curious as to how he's going to be different from Toon Link. Because I always had it in my mind. I mean, granted, I never owned Melee, so I don't know how Young Link played, but I want to say from what I could gather from looking at him and sort of, logical leaps and whatnot, I had a feeling that like Young Link was pretty much Toon Link, but with like a different palette or a different like aesthetic and design. Like Young Link is based on his Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask incarnation, and then Toon Link is just him, like just Young Link, only with Wind Waker on top of it. Mm-hmm. So that was like what I thought Toon Link was, at least as far as his relationship to Young Link. But if they're bringing Young Link back, I'm hoping that means that he has a different like different controls and has some different like things that make him stand out in comparison to Toon Link.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that is what another change I'm like really looking into, because that seems that I guess to me it doesn't really make unless Young Link's like his play style is significantly different from Toon Link. I'm not entirely sure why they would bring him back, other than just to have a definitive like just to fit the
everyone is here.
Everyone is here, and I'm hoping that they might do something cool with him. I'm hoping he's not just Toon Link, but with a different design. Because in that case, they could have just made him an Echo Fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
they're not. I can't imagine, because they did play different.
They did? Okay. Because like I said, I didn't play as Young Link ever, so I don't know how he plays.
I know how. I do know that they did.
Says Coach. I'm sorry. Continue.
No, you're fine. I do believe that that's what Echo Fighters are for. 100%.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's what they've done here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and regardless, I'm totally interested in trying to play something. I mean, I like Legend of Zelda a whole lot. So bless you. That I'm just really excited to dive in and play it. So, but what about I guess. What about you, Potter? Which character are you like that's returning and or new that you're the most excited to? That's here in the game.
I'm interested for Pokemon Trainer. That's gonna.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
Thing.
What are you most interested about?
Is the fact that the switching is a lot easier. It's a lot more seamless.
Mm-hmm.
And also, so the one playable. Correct me if I'm wrong. The one individually playable character that is not there is Charizard and is original Zelda.
Yeah. Wait, no, Zelda's in it. Or do you mean like original Zelda as in Zelda can turn to sheep?
Yeah. So
in that case, then you would say that Samus is also absent too, because you could also turn to Zero Suit Samus. I think from regular Samus in Brawl if you use the charge shot. I think that's how that worked. Oh my god, it's loud here. Hold on. Clock in the background.
That's true. That's true. I had forgotten about that. That is very true.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So that's how Zero Suit Samus used to be. What Samus turned into after. You're absolutely what Alyssa just said. Mm-hmm. And then they made her own character.
Yes. Huh. She's basically it's the same scenario with Sheik. Yeah. With Sheik used to be your down B. Zelda's down B. Instead of it being the Phantom, it used to be you turned into Sheik.
That I knew. That one I knew.
Yeah.
I had no, okay. Yeah. The Samus one was just one
granted, like Zero Suit Samus is harder to get in Brawl because you have to use the charged. I think the fully charged shot even, or no, was it her final smash? One of the two. Either way, it wasn't like a simple button press transformation. You had to do something special in order to activate it. So, either way, yeah. But I know what you're saying, Potter. Charizard is, I guess, technically absent, at least in the way he was in the original, like in Wii U.
But to be clear, there's only one thing that's different.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that's different now is that Charizard doesn't have his normal down B. I don't even remember what his down B was.
Rock Smash?
Or was it standard B? I don't remember how you transform, how you switched between the Pokemon for Pokemon Trainer, which button it was.
Heck, they may change the button for this game. We don't know.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess then my thing is that like the button press. So I guess the only change that Charizard's gonna have is that he might not have one of his moves.
Yeah.
From Smash 4.
Yeah.
Just to make room for like the just to make room for the ability to switch between the Squirtle and Ivysaur.
Yep.
And I also really like how they now make it so that you're not punished if you use the same. You just choose your favorite and then you play as them the whole time. Yep. If you want to do that. I think that
you can start out picking who you want.
Well, no, I think you pick as Pokemon Trainer, but I think during the battle, if you decide, I don't want to play as, but if I just want to play as Ivysaur, I don't want to play as either Squirtle or Charizard, I never want to switch, you can do that. You can just play as Ivysaur the whole time, and you don't get punished for it. Because I think in Brawl, if you had to switch, like there's only a certain amount of time that you had with each Pokemon before you could get called back, I think.
I think they maybe got weaker over time, but I don't know.
Like I think there was some sort of penalty. Like
yeah.
Either they became ineffective over time if you stick with the same one, or you were forced to switch periodically. One of those two. I don't remember because I didn't play as Pokemon Trainer all the time. In Brawl, and it's been a long time since I've touched Brawl, but my main but they did say in the direct or in the at E3 that like they changed it so now that if you wanted to stay with one of the Pokemon and you didn't want to switch to either any of the other ones, you could do that still. So if someone really just wants to play as Charizard and doesn't want to play as the Pokemon trainer, they can still do that if they want to. Which is why I guess Charizard still technically exists in the game, even though he's now rolled in with Pokemon trainer.
Yeah.
And my dog is barking in the background.
Hi, Chester.
Oh my goodness, Chester, what are you barking at? Oh, okay. So yeah. Oh, and is there any characters or anything that you guys are not liking about the game? I know we already talked about the whole multiplayer control thing, and that I think is a pretty big issue. But is there anything else that like about Ultimate that's like you saw and you're like, I'm not sure I like that, or you know?
Pretty much that's it. The only other big change I want to talk about that I just find interesting, and I don't know how I feel, is how you choose the stage before you choose the character.
Oh yeah.
Oh, do you?
Yes. When they had demo that people could play through, they realized very quickly it's stage then character, rather than character then stage.
Oh wait, whoa. Okay, I like that. At first I was like, what? But then because you know that someone will pick a really crappy stage, and then everyone will be like, no, why'd you pick that? And then be like, no, I didn't mean to pick that. You did that.
Oh, I see.
And not only that, someone picks a crap stage for everyone but like 5 characters, and you pick the stage that's constantly shifting and constantly jumping all over the place, and you know that your opponent picked Ness.
Yeah.
Right.
It's I completely agree with that. I think that is a fantastic thing to do without causing too much stress or change on anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Because like now you can't purposely screw over anyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can now choose the stage to fit the character, or when you choose the stage first, and then you can be like, all right, I know we're playing this stage, so I'll play a character that's good at this. If you want to play it that way, yeah, that I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it also reduces the rage fest of people who like, haha, I picked a random stage, so I got stuck it.
Yep.
Yep.
So, cool. Okay.
I mean, it might still cause that because people might be able to. It might be like everyone's confirmed, you know, for the next round, and then you can unconfirm yourself. But if you don't confirm yourself in time, then it goes.
Yeah.
But,
but you got to be really good at that.
Yeah, and I mean, like I think that's an interesting change. Yeah, definitely. Are there any? I guess we only know about a couple assist trophies. But are there any assist trophies you guys really want to see? Or is it just like, whoever?
I don't know, but I'm going to say we got to wrap this up because dinner has just arrived for me.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, is there anything big that you guys wanted to mention before we wrap up? Or I think we've said most things.
Yeah. Yeah, it's already kind of short. But
you're fine.
I'll say one thing, which is I'm very excited to see how Nintendo takes advantage of this. I think this is an incredible moneymaker for them.
And yeah, I'm sure.
It allows, or it could be even better one, and it allows for us to really connect with characters in a completely different way. I look forward to seeing what else they have to offer in terms of characters. I don't think this is it.
Well, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that's the case.
Also, we can't end the video without just truly acknowledging, like we've mentioned it a couple of times, but just in passing, we're truly acknowledging they made and put Ridley in the game.
I know. They did the impossible. I love how they've been like this whole time been like, no, it would ruin everything. Having Ridley be in the game would be the betrayal of Ridley, and yet here we are.
I told you little. I thought a developer must have lost a bet. I just
so many people have lost
you can't
bets.
do it. And then they're like,
So many people probably lost bets over that one.
Oh my god. I love how
heads I make the Wii controllers compatible. Tails you make Ridley. It was.
Well, guess we're making Ridley.
Yeah.
I love how like after the E3 conference there were all the memes about like Sakurai of like Masahiro Sakurai being all like, you better not ask me for anything else ever again.
And now everyone's bugging the crap out of him for Waluigi.
Oh, well, of course.
The
Waluigi's there. He just like
he's
pummels you with the racket and then leaves.
Yep.
Wasn't he in an assist trophy that was in the trailer?
Yes.
Yes.
But everyone's still like Waluigi for the main game.
So that all the angry fans would be like, no, he's not in the game.
But just think about it. Okay, so like Wario is this is like one of those charts where it's like chaotic, neutral,
yeah,
good or lawful good. You know what I'm talking about?
Alignment chart.
Yeah, alignment charts. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So why I bring this up is because let's get rid of neutral. Mario's like lawful good. Luigi's like chaotic good. Wario is let's just say chaotic good. Let's just say. But
okay.
Imagine what Waluigi's character would be. It would be chaotic evil. It would go all over. Every headbutt would be explosive. And then there would be the one that would dud instead. Except for he would go in the other direction half the time.
Yeah. Oh my god!
It would be a disaster. We like finally we got it. It's no one actually wants Waluigi. No one. We talk about it. We don't actually want it. No one actually wants that.
It'd be like
over.
Nintendo is saving us from the horror that is Waluigi.
Yeah, they're saving us from ourselves. Is what.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my god. Oh. Yeah. So I guess final thoughts, Michael. Because I have some, but I don't know. Do you want to go?
I mean, I don't have anything much more besides, despite like having some concerns about like multiple people playing, which admittedly is a big part. I am here for this game. I am ready for this game. I am ready to go out and kick butt.
Yeah, same here. I'm really excited. It's great to have like a definitive edition of Smash, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Saying definitive implies that they might not make another one, which is a little scary, but
I'm sure they will. It's just not
Avengers
going.
Infinity War. I don't know what else like title you can come up with that can beat that.
Yeah. Well, but either way, I'm super excited. I think this is gonna be a really fun game. I'm a huge fan of the Smash series, and fighting games are a really great way to spend time with friends. So, bring it on!
Yep, Alyssa.
Yes.
These are all our thoughts. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Alyssa, where can people find you?
You can tweet at me at TheRationalDove on Twitter. Give me a shout out. Say hi. All those good stuff.
Potter, is there any social media you would like shouted out?
Hell no.
Okay. For me, also check out my Twitter and Instagram accounts at SoundJack426. Also, I do have a Patreon account. All the links for those are in the description below. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. This is SoundJack, Alyssa, and Potter signing off.